Hello, my name is Chris, and today I will be talking to you about writing professional emails in English. I'm going to be breaking it down for you step by step so it's nice and easy for you for next time that you write a professional email. Also, at the end of this video, I'll be giving you some examples of professional emails for sales, for meetings, for various things that could really help you out. You could use them as a template. They will also be available to print them out on PDF from my website, and I'll be leaving the link down in the description below for that. Let's go now, let's go and talk about writing professional emails in English. Okay, so the first thing that we need for our email is a subject. Just a couple of words to make it nice and clear for the person that is receiving your email what your email is about. So some examples could be the meeting time, regarding the report, blah, 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 etc. I'll give you lots of examples up on the screen here. Okay, so we have our subject line. Now it is time to start the body of our email with a greeting. Many people say to start with "to whom it may concern," but me personally, I don't like that. It's not the personal touch, and if you can find the person's name, it would be much better to use their name. So if the person is John Smith, for example, you would write "Dear Mr. Smith." If it was Jenny Smith, well, it would be, of course, Dear Mrs. Smith. If you cannot find their name, you could use "to whom it may concern." Me personally, I prefer "Dear Sir, Madam." So you've got two options there. But if you know the person's name, it is obviously a lot better. I would stay with "Dear Mr. Smith," "Dear Mrs. Smith," unless it is a colleague that you already have a relationship with. You know them, you've been to meetings with them before. In that case, you could say "Hello, Mr. Smith," or even "Hi, Mr. Smith" would also be acceptable. Okay, so before we get to the real business of the email, it's nice in English to just do a little bit of small talk when it's somebody that you know. So it's a business colleague, it's a manager, it's somebody you're selling things to. If you've had a relationship with this person, you might know them on the telephone, you might know them just via email, or maybe it's a face-to-face thing and you have seen them before. Whatever the case, it's nice just to start the email with a simple "Hi, how are you? How have you been? Things are really busy at my end. How is it for you?" Things like this. Just a little bit of small talk before you start the real business. It's just polite and it's often used in business English. So it's a great way to start your email. Okay, so now that we've done our greetings, we've done our little polite conversation, let's get down to the business of the email. A great way to introduce your business part of the email is something like, I was just writing to you regarding, I just wanted to touch base on, things like this. There's lots of options depending on if it's an email where you're trying to sell things, where you're trying to organize something, etc., etc. I'll give you some examples now on the screen. Okay, so often in a business situation, you are actually just responding to somebody else's email. So there's a few different ways that we can respond. Firstly, I always like to just say, Thank you for your email. Very simple, easy phrase to put in there. And it's a good start. Before then you talk about what your email is actually about or what your response is going to be. I'm going to leave some different responses here on the screen for you. Have a look, see which one do you think could correspond to your email. Now, also in emails, of course, questions. You're often asking people questions. 2 rules. Keep it polite and stay away from slang. I see too many of my students and other English learners who are using slang in their business emails. That's a big no-no, definitely not. When I'm talking slang, things like wanna. I wanna have a meeting. Oh, that's slang. It is not correct English. Some people say that it is correct American English. It is not. It is just slang, of course. It's the abbreviation of want to. So definitely stay away from things like that. Also, with your questions, stay away from can. Can you do this? Can I do this, etc.? No, could. More polite, better in a professional email in a business situation. Could. Could you help me with this project? Things like this. I'm going to put a few different options up on the screen for you, including my personal favorite, which are would you mind questions. Now, would you mind questions are questions that are very difficult for an English-speaking person to answer in a negative way. Something like, would you mind working on the weekend? Would you mind working on the weekend? It's like, ça te dérange de travailler le weekend? Well, yes, it does, but it's very difficult for an English-speaking person to answer in a negative way. If they say, yes, I do mind, it's really, oui, ça me dérange, and it's very abrupt. So if you have a difficult question to ask somebody, maybe something that they don't really want to do, use a would you mind question. It's very polite and it's difficult to answer in a negative way. Just be careful, would you mind is always followed by the verb in the ing form. Okay, in the ing form. Would you mind staying back late tomorrow to finish something? Would you mind replacing me in the meeting next Friday? Things like this, okay? I'm going to give you some other examples now on the screen. Okay, often in emails, you are following up on something that's happened before, and you need to ask for an update. Some excellent ways to do that would be to ask, I was just wondering if you could tell me what happened, blah, 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 blah. I was just wondering is a really good phrase. Je me demandais. I was just wondering. Another way, could you give me an update, please, on... Okay, a couple more examples on the screen now. Okay, attachments. So common in emails, of course. You have to attach files, photos, videos, etc. But how do you tell the person about the attachment? You could say, please find below the image. I have attached the image below. I have joined the report to this email for you. Things like this. many different options. I'm giving you a couple of options on the screen now. Okay, our email is almost finished. We have our subject, we have the greetings, the beginning, we asked questions, we responded to questions, following up, and we even made some attachments on there. Now it's time to come to a small conclusion sentence. Something really simple like, I look forward to hearing from you is a really good way to end your email if you are hoping for a response from this person. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. Another good one is if you are applying for a job or some sort of application process, you could end the email with, please do not hesitate to contact me for any further information. That is also a good one. I'm going to give you a couple more on the screen now. Okay, finally, it's time to say bye-bye and put our name at the bottom of the email. In French, of course, you often say something like cordialement, bien cordialement. The same in English, but in English it is regards. Regards or best regards. These are the two best ways, in my opinion, to finish a business email. In the old days, people finished with yours sincerely, but it is old English and is not often used today in the business environment. You could still use it, but it is very formal and it is old English. Stay away from things like cheers. This is for friends and family. Okay, that's a little bit not formal enough. Regards, best regards, kind regards is also a nice way to finish. Okay, and speaking of finishing, that is the end of this video, of course, but I have some example emails coming up very soon. You can also print them out by going to my website and downloading the PDF. There are many PDFs on my website, so please go and have a look if you're interested in learning English, of course. I hope you are. If you are, please also subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.